Sometimes I doubt my standing up here, leading this vigil, coordinating this vigil, because my son is still alive. He still struggles with substance abuse, but he's still alive. And so for me, I have dear friends who have lost sons, and we talk and I listen and I look at Facebook posts and really read them carefully and try to get a perspective and then just hope that we do it right. And my point of that is that people need to hear from us, from you, with lived experiences, what are going to be successful. We all know successful things. We all know unsuccessful programs. And so I'm going to encourage you to think about sharing your voice. Marshfield FACTS and DUXBURY FACTS, the community coalitions, are gathered together to speak and try to implement programs. And so that could be a way to start. Just join a mailing list or follow Facebook and just see what's going on. With COVID, everything's kind of slowed down, but there's going to be a concerted effort to move things up and move forward very soon with whatever things seem to be the most effective. So anyway, I'm so glad to see you here, which is, you know, kind of hard to say. I'm not glad to see you here. I'm not glad for these losses, but I am glad that you're here, that you came out for support, you came out to give support, and I hope you enjoy the morning. Thank you.
As we gather to honor and bear witness to those who lost their lives to overdose, we're conscious of the distance we feel and the ways we can feel disconnected from one another as we endure the twin pandemics of COVID-19 and addiction. We grieve the in-person meetings that are lifelines to so many. We miss the nearness of one another, yet we remain very much connected. We ask that as we settle in, we're given memories and reminders of our connections to one another. Today we brought real candles, but the wind is not allowing real candles, so bear with our battery-operated candles. The first candle that we'll light is to symbolize the ways that our lives interconnect. The next candle that we'll light will symbolize the beautiful lights of all those who died due to overdose. This next candle is lit to symbolize the lives of families whose lives are forever changed due to loss. The next candle is lit to symbolize the challenges faced by all who long for sobriety and for their loved ones. This next candle symbolizes those who are incarcerated while awaiting treatment. Our next candle is lit to symbolize the importance of community awareness and education. And our next candle is lit in gratitude for the addiction support programs that do exist, for all of you who make it your life's work to care for others. Friends, only when the light of awareness and understanding spread will we be truly connected and working in unison toward healing.
I've been to probably one of the original overdose vigils here in Mass. I work in the addiction field and I've worked in it for 20 years. And it's funny because tomorrow is my husband's actual anniversary of the day that he died. It will be 17 years. And it got to be too much for me every single year on August 31st. To me, the vigils were just so sad and so somber, and you know, I understand that the vigils really are about a time to remember and a time to act. but we can remember them not so much for the way that they died, but we can remember them for the way that they lived. And I think that's what Katie and I really are trying to do, is honor all of your loved ones for the way that they live. And we do that in a way that it's called the favorite game. It's really hard to talk about things that are a favorite of ours without putting a smile on your face, or, you know, making you laugh or making you happy. And I think that's really the essence of the spirit, your loved one's spirit, that we'd like to bring in today. I'd just like to read a little something. I found like I wanted to lead off with. What we once enjoyed and deeply loved, we can never lose. For all that we love deeply becomes a part of us. And that's from Helen Keller. And as we know, even though our loved ones are no longer with us, they are still a part of us.
At the rising of the sun and in its going down, we remember them. At the blowing of the wind and the chill of winter, we remember them. At the opening of the buds and the rebirth of spring, we remember them. At the blueness of the skies and in the warmth of summer, we remember them. At the blueness, at the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. At the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them. When we have joy we crave to share, we remember them. As long as we live, they too will live, for they are now a part of us, and we remember them.